discussion forward. We have spokesperson of the BJP, Anuja Kapoor. We have spokesperson of the Congress, Mahima Singh. We have senior journalist, Hemant Attri. We also have political analyst, Varun Singh. Good to have all of you on the broadcast with us. Mahima Singh, let me begin with you. The big question that is being asked, not just by the opposition, by many others, is that yes, the Congress is claiming that this is a democratic process. Anybody was allowed to throw their hat in the ring. And there are no favorites as far as the Gandhis are concerned. Well, that was fine till the time you had these long list of people who came out and openly supported Mallikarjun Kharge. I just put that list out. Doesn't it then nullify the entire process?
How does it, Ridhima? Because we recently saw in the country there was a presidential poll, and we understand the value of consensus and saving the ado for everybody. And indeed, there was an attempt by the most senior leaders of the party to approach both the candidates to actually come at a consensus, and if that is possible, then the election would be avoided. But since that could not have been reached, so of course those who have supported Mallikarjun Kharge have done so openly, and I don't see anything wrong in that. There were people who supported one presidential candidate for the presidential polls. There were parties who came together to say that we'll be supporting this candidate.
No, the reason that I asked you this, Mahima, is because the Congress themselves has been saying that you need to respect the entire process. You're taking the moral ground saying that look at us, we at least have elections. But the minute you come out and already support one contender over the other, one, is it fair to the other contender who's still in the running? And secondly, is it fair to the election process? Because on one hand, you have the Gandhis and the top leadership saying we're not favoring anyone. The minute you have a revolt in Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot, who was seen as a top contender, is removed from that running. He goes to meet Sonia Gandhi in the national capital. A lot of drama plays out. And then as far as Mallikarjun Kharge is concerned, you already have leaders backing him. Then is Shashi Tharoor wrong in believing that it's already been unfair from day one?
Which party doesn't have internal dynamics? These are the internal dynamics of my party. And that's an internal matter for us, whatever went on, whatever will go on. But as far as the election is concerned, we have had 17 presidents so far in our 137-year-old history. And out of those 17, it has been 5 times before that elections were conducted to elect a president. In fact, once it was a triangular poll. So this is for the 6th time that the election has been conducted. But that doesn't mean that all the other presidents, the rest of the 12 presidents which came without an election, were not as relevant to the party. In fact, everybody has played their important role. Everybody has significantly contributed to the growth of the party, and thus the growth of the nation with the party as the contribution of the Congress. So I don't see a point here. Why should we be debating about whether this is a democratic election or not? Indeed, it is a democratic process. Since morning today, it was seen our party president, erstwhile party presidents, all our Bharat Yatris, everybody came out to vote. All the delegates have voted, and the result will be out on the 19th. I don't see where or how is it not democratic.
Okay. Anuja Kapoor responds to what Mahima Singh and the Congress party at large are saying, that this is an internal matter for us. We're at least carrying out an election. The BJP is on no moral ground because they don't even conduct one.
If it is an internal matter for Congress, please keep it, behind the doors. Don't make it open and let show off to everybody, because this is what is happening, where the Rahul Gandhi ji is going out on streets for Bharat Jodo, and the president, the new elected president, would be on one side. So why is Rahul Gandhi ji is on the streets, and what is his career? I don't understand. One. Secondly, what they're trying to do is, Ridhima ji, they're trying to elect a Dalit president, so that they can target a particular community. So Kharge ji is, he's going to be elected, so they are going to target a Dalit community. So what they are looking into is, as you talk about Shashi, so Shashi Tharoor is all into one of the, a criminal charge. Now, whatever you say, he's still there. So what we are looking into is the scams of Congress when they were there. So what we need to understand is why did Congress is washed out from this country except from 2 states. Why it happened? This is the major point to understand. When Congress was in support with public, why was it washed off? What were the reasons? And if this is the reasons what people have chosen over and chosen BJP as their political party, they have to understand why. Rather, they have to learn from BJP how BJP is a Pradhan Sevak.
No, but
rather
Anuja
than
Kapoor, to be
Pradhan
fair to
Mantri
the
or
Congress,
Yeah.
fair to the Congress, they're saying one, the larger issue is that we're at least a party that even goes forward with a process like this, and the other is that we didn't really put a cap on who can contend and who cannot. It was open to all. Whoever wanted to come forward came forward, even with the likes of Shashi Tharoor, who's had differences, who's spoken, vocally against the Gandhis as far as some policies are concerned. Today, even he's being given an equal opportunity. So how can you question as far as the process is concerned?
Look, it is not about the process. This is all a rubber stamp stuff. This is all a puppet stuff. What do you think? What do you think? Sonia Gandhi ji is the ultimate power. Whatever is happening is trying to show to the larger people around that this is what they are believing in the process. If it was in the process, you have seen there was a various kind of an upraise which happened when Ashok Gehlot ji was trying to contest. He didn't want to leave being as a CM. He had a problem with Sachin, and so there are problems which are inside. If this is the real thing, then why did they wait it for 24 years? So
no,
I don't
understand. But this is where it
the
becomes
scheme
interesting, and I want to bring
trying
Varun in the conversation. Varun, this is where the Congress is saying that you keep criticizing us all year long, saying we can't go beyond the Gandhis. Okay. This time around, when the elections are taking place, the Gandhis are nowhere as far as the contenders are concerned. Rahul Gandhi, after he stepped down, he had made it amply clear that I have no interest as far as running the party is concerned. Sonia Gandhi also today said that I really waited for this day for a long time, quite literally. So the Congress is saying, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Varun, you'll have to unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me?
Can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm saying, at least for the first time, you can see the Congress is doing something right. And I could hear the BJP spokesperson pummeling. So, but to be honest, who the Congress elects, a Dalit, upper caste, they are electing a Congress leader as their president. In material, whether it is a farce, it was known from day one that whosoever comes in will be a rubber stamp, will be someone who would be representing the Gandhis. May it have been a Digvijay Singh or may it be a Kharge. The bigger question for spokespersons of Congress, especially to Mahima, would be that in the future, who will she represent? If Kharge says something and if Rahul Gandhi says something else, she will be seen defending what Rahul Gandhi is going to say, because that is basic how Congress is, and you cannot take it away. We have seen it during Manmohan Singh government's regime also, that how Rahul Gandhi, in spite of a prime minister sitting over there, a cabinet passing an ordinance, he sat with spokesperson and tore the ordinance. So the impact or the presence or the precedence of Congress, being under the influence of Gandhis cannot be taken away. Immaterial who becomes the president, that is secondary. Till the time there are Gandhis in the party, the spokespersons, the leaders, everyone are going to go to Gandhi. Gandhi will become a superpower now.
Hemant, respond to what Varun is saying. He's saying you can continue having all these elections all you want. You can have whoever the contender is. But the end result will be that the Gandhis will still be in control of the party. This will only be a remote control party president.
How can
There is no confusion over it. See, in every party, there is always a possibility of having one party president, and then there is somebody who is the leader of the party. In the BJP, if you see, there is Mr. JP Nadda. Can he take independent decisions? My simple question. So there are two leaders, Mr. Narendra Modi and Amit Shah. They are there, and JP Nadda is party president. Here also, if there is Mr. Kharge is the party president and Rahul Gandhi is taking on some Padyatra or something like that, and if party accepts him as a leader, what problem you and me can have? That is point number one. Number two, in every political party, forget about A, B, C or D. As far as internal party democracy is concerned, the situation remains same. Every party has a leader, and everybody else in the party has to follow it. There is no confusion over it.
Okay.
At least there is some uptakes in Congress party after a long time, say after 24 years, once there is a non-Gandhi for the sake of it, that he is not contesting. This is something interesting now. The real issue, Ridhimaji, is somewhat else. how Mr. Kharge will be able to run the party. Will he be able to or not? How much interference he will be getting from Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, and Priyanka Gandhi in day-to-day
So we've
affairs.
assumed
The
Mallikarjun
real
Kharge is becoming the next party president. We're not even waiting till 19th or
no,
giving Shashi Tharoor
no,
a fair chance.
I don't think
Okay,
anyone
he is
okay.
almost
But let me bring Maima back in
he's
the
almost through the date,
conversation.
and Shashi Tharoor
Maima,
might not.
there seems to be a consensus on the panel where it's almost a given that Mallikarjun Kharge will be the next party president. But keeping that aside, as far as hypothetical talk is concerned, the point that Hemant is making is very, very crucial, which is that whoever comes out as a winner as far as this election is concerned, there is going to be a lot of immediate challenges for that party president. Let's first begin as far as the infighting within Rajasthan is concerned. That problem still continues. Sachin Pilot versus Ashok Gehlot. Does the Congress have a plan? As far as state elections are concerned, Himachal and Gujarat, you're already seeing the BJP put up an aggressive plan. You're seeing their top leaders on the ground, and then the larger plan for 2024. Is that game plan being readied by the Congress already?
Before I come to your question, Ridhima, when I was listening to the BJP spokesperson, the 2 points that I registered out of a 3-4 minute repetitive narrative was that number one, she said that this is not democratic, and she felt that it's not internal, and why are we putting it out? Why are we publicizing it? That's what I gathered. And number two, she said that by putting out a Dalit candidate, or nobody is putting him out, by having a Dalit candidate who has a strong probability of winning, she thinks that we are trying to play some caste politics. So, first of all, I would like to come to that point, because the BJP has fielded twice, Mr. Kovind and now our Honorable President, Ms. Murmu, both Dalit candidates, tribal candidate, one Dalit and one tribal candidate. So, is she trying to share with us the mindset of the BJP behind bringing these candidates at the helm of the country? Also, when she talks about why is it in the public, because that's how democracy functions. It doesn't function in private rooms like demonetization. Yes, it
Fair
happened.
enough. Maima, I just wanted a clarity as far as the game plan that is being readied by the Congress, and also the charge that this is just going to be a remote control party president. You have the likes of Amit Malviya, who just tweeted saying and taken a dig at Manmohan, saying that he must be a relieved man today because he'll pass on the mantle to Mallikarjun Kharge. How is the Congress responding to the allegations that whatever said and done, it will still be a remote control party president?
Well, I just wish to enlighten these, people who, they have their own IQ and their own thought process. I just like to add to their knowledge that Congress has had 17 presidents, out of which only five have been from the Gandhi family. Rest of them have been non-Gandhians. In fact, once there was a case when Mahatma Gandhi's candidate actually lost the election when it was so. I don't think that that's the case here, that anybody is going to be remote controlled. Mr. Kharge has been our LOP in the parliament.
True.
He has a stature of his own. I think these people are insulting the public mandate of a 7-time continuous winner, in Karnataka. That's Mr. Kharge, and who's been an LOP continuously for all these years in the parliament. He has got his own intellect, his stature, his style. We'll see when he leads the party from the front. We'll see. We'll learn his style, and we'll fall in line. We'll all fall in line with the new president. As far as his strategies and his roadmaps will be concerned, as he looks at the future of the party.
I know Varun wants to come in. I also know Anuja wants to come in. Anuja, I want you to respond to what Maima is saying. She's saying, what moral high ground does the BJP have? Every party or every organization has a hierarchy in place, and there are certain protocols that need to be followed. In the BJP, you have their top leadership taking the calls. So why is only the Congress being cornered?
At least we don't have a Sitaram Kesriji's case in our BJP. What they have done with Sitaram Kesriji, everybody know how his dhoti was being pulled up. And that is in Congress only. And now they're talking about being a puppet and talking about all other things. So these are the same people, the people who wants to make their own ideology. They take out the dhoti of those people, and this is how it happens. And now I also want to put it across, Rimaji, so just wait for a minute. I just also want to put it across. It's your people who pulled down Draupadi Murmu ji, the Ajoy Kumar and Adhir Ranjan ji and Udit Raj. So don't tell me about this. If you talk about Dalits, This is what we are telling you. You also have people in your own category, in your own cadre. So targeting Draupadi Murmu ji on that and telling that this is the contender of BJP or something of this. So this is highly shameful. So go back in your own era, talk about Sitaram Kesri ji, then talk about the many other things which Congress has been doing.
Okay. Let's not get personal here on this panel. Anuja, point well heard. Varun, I believe you want to come in.
Out and fall. I just
to be to be honest, for the first time, I am of the opinion on your show, Ridhima, that someone from the BJP is unable to make the point properly. I don't think we should be getting Sitaram Kesri over here because there are multiple examples of having sidelined. But the point of Congress putting up a face like Mallikarjun Kharge, and everyone since day one knows that he is going to be remote controlled how Mr. Manmohan Singh was during all the 10 years of UPA rule. There is no denial. The point over here is now Rahul Gandhi at least is a free man. He should now hear to the opinions and advices that his leaders are giving. The former Goa CM has categorically stated it. Please, Baba, leave this Bharat Jodo. Elections are going to happen in Gujarat and Himachal. Go there. Please focus over there. It can only mean two things. Either they know that they are not going to win Gujarat and Himachal, so why waste time over there and spend as much as time they can in Karnataka and Kerala, which are showing some prospects of Congress coming back. Or either they know that they can do nothing without Rahul Gandhi and he has to be. He has to be there on that tone. But I think now Rahul Gandhi should work independently. He has got a lot of time and he should be doing it.
Okay, we'll really have to see what